Good day everyone! For today's lesson, we are going to have a discussion about the facilities and equipments of volleyball. So before we proceed, let's have a quick review about our last topic, which is the history of volleyball. So we already know that the volleyball's first name is Mintonet because it has the combination of sports, basketball, tennis, and badminton. And the one who created Mintonet is no other than William G. Morgan, a physical education director in the College of Young Men's Association in Holyoke, Massachusetts, USA. And the reason kaya niya po binuutong larong ito ay para magkaroon po ng another sports or pagkakalibangan ang mga oldies or mga matatandang members of the association na hindi na po kaya makipagsabayan sa larong basketball. What are those first rule written down by William G. Morgan? So the net must be 6 feet 6 inches, 1.98 meters high. Kasi po, during 19th century, hindi na po katangkaran ang mga Amerikano. While in our court, it must be 25 by 50 feet or 7.6 by 15.2 meters. The players is any numbers of players. The match is composed of 9 innings with 3 serves for each team in each inning. And the ball contacts is no limit. So kahit sinong makahawak ng bola, as long as kayang ibalik doon sa opponent, it is acceptable. How about serving error? A second try was allowed. So in case sa first serve mo, nagsala, nag-side out, it is acceptable na pwede kang magkaroon ng second chance. Okay? Na mag-serve uli. Hindi po yun points ng kalaban. While in foul, katulad lang po ng paglalaro ng volleyball natin ngayon, hitting the ball into the net is called foul or side out. So, except in the case of the first try serve. So, let's proceed in our topic about facilities and equipments. So, when we are talking about facilities and equipments, these are the materials or items personally designed for playing volleyball. So, what are those? The first one is the volleyball court, pinaka-importante sa lahat. So, this is the first equipment required to play volleyball. So, the measurement of this volleyball court must be 60 by 30 feet or 18 meters by 9 meter. Length of the entire in-play area of the court. Each side of the court is therefore 30 feet by 30 feet in size and lines must be painted in all white. So if you're going to look at the picture, starting from the center, tignan nyo po yung linya sa gitna. So simula po dun sa linya sa gitna, pababa, makikita nyo sa side niya na may 9 meter. While kung pupunta ka uli sa gitna, pataas, may makikita kang 9 meter in a total of 18 meter yung height niya. While if you're going to look at the lower part of the court, makikita nyo ang width or yung lawak niya is 9 meter. And the lines must be painted in all white. Okay, so hindi lang po yung basta nakalagay dyan. Meron din pong measurement yung lines natin dyan. All lines are 5 cm wide, must be of light color which is different from the color of the floor and from any other lines. So the reason kailangan siya ay light colors para mas mabilis ma-distinguish ng ating mga official kung inside or outside ba yung bola. Okay? So when we are talking about the lines on the court, so always remember the word is cub. So there are different kinds of line. There are first one, service line. Second is the center line, the third one is the attack line, and the fourth one is the boundary lines. Okay? How about the first line? This is what we call the service line, which is the area from the server may serve the volleyball, is marked 10 feet inside the right sideline on each back line. So from the word service, ito yung lugar kung saan nagsuserve yung player para magkaroon or mabalik niya sa opponent yung bola. So, if you're going to look at the picture, makikita nyo right side daw po noong court natin. May nakalagay dyan na service line. But nowadays, nagiging acceptable na if pwede na tayo mag-serve sa gitna, sa gilid. Okay? So, ang standard lang po ay sa right side. Pero acceptable kung ikaw ay kaya mong mag-serve sa gitna or kaya sa left side. Next is the center line is marked at the center of the court, dividing it equally into 30 feet or 9 meters above which the net is placed. So looking at the picture, from the center line, yung naghahati sa dalawang court, from the first line, that is what we call center line. So sino mismo malimit ang nakikita dyan? Siyempre po, si setter. Okay? Next, how about the attack line? The attack line whose rear edge is drawn 3 meters back from the axis of the center line marks the front zone. So, yung tinatawag na attack line. Looking up this picture, makikita nyo po yung may nakalagay na attack line. So, yung linya na yan, itong linyang first line, yung, di ba, makikita nyo po, linyang first line, yan po yung mga attack line. Diyan yung makikita, yung may mga nag-hihit ng ball. So, dan yan yung mga nag-i-spike. Doon nyo po makikita the reason it was called attack line. Next is about the boundary lines. These are 2 sidelines and 2 end lines mark the playing court. From the word boundary. So, ibig sabihin, yun yung naghahati. Okay? Ano yung mga naghahati sa bawat court? Sa court, we have the sideline, yung linyang nasa gilid, at yung nandoon sa ating gitna, at saka dito sa dulo ng court, that is the end line. So, the reason is sinasabi ko nga, ulitin ko, boundary, humahati. Okay? Next, this is the whole picture of our court. So, we have the attack line. So, ito po, starting from the center, itong first sumunod na linya na yan ay attack line. Sa bawat gilid at saka sa bawat dulo, yun yung end line at sideline. While yung nasa gitna po na linya, that is what we call center line. Next, how about the ball? Hindi lang po basta bola lang ang ginagamit natin. So, we have also standard of the volleyball's ball. So, the standard shall be spherical, made out of flexible leather or synthetic leather, cased with a bladder inside, made of rubber or similar materials. And how about the colors? It must be uniform light color or a combination of color. So, kung makikita nyo yung gitna, yan yung famous po or mas popular na volleyball na ginagamit. Pero, meron pa pong iba't ibang different of style na meron ang volleyball ball. Next, the standard regulation according to FIVP, the ball must circumference between 20 to 27 inches or 65 to 67 centimeter. How about yung bigat niya, yung weight, between 9 to 10 ounce or 260 to 280 grams. How about the inside pressure of 4.26 to 4.61 pound per square inches, or between 0.30 to 0.325 kg per centimeter square. So, ibig sabihin, hindi lang po basta na lang yung bolang yan. Dapat, yung kanyang hugis, yung kanyang pagkabilog, ang kanyang bigat, at ang kanyang hangin sa loob ay calculated. Next, how about the net and the post? So, the net, kung makikita nyo, yung nasa gitna, and the net posts are positioned 36 feet apart and 3 feet farther out from the sidelines. Next, how about the facilities and equipment? The height of the net was placed vertically over the center line. So, top is the set at the height of 2.43 meter for men and 2.24 for women. So, that is the basic height of the net daw pa. O kaya, pag sinabing men, 2.43 meter, it must be 7'11 feet. In women, it must be 7'4 feet. Okay? Next, kapag naman po, mga bata ang maglalaro, ito po yung height of the net that vary for specific age group as the follow. For 16 years old and under, it must be 2.24 meter for females and 2.24 meter for males. So, ibig sabihin, 2 meter stick, dagdagan lang ng 24 inches, yun po yung magiging height nung magiging net natin. While in 14 years old and under, we also have 2.12 meter and for males is 2.12 meter. So, ganun din po. 2 meter stick na pinagsama, tapos another 12. How about 12 years old and under? So, ito po yung exact na ano niya. So, for females is 2.0 meter. For males is 2 meter. So, ibig sabihin, saktong 2 meter stick yung tangkad niya. Okay? And how about the facilities and equipment structure of the net? The net is 1 meter wide and 9.5-10 meters long. Okay? So, if you're going to look at the picture, makikita nyo yung word na, yung salitang 1 meter. Ganyan po dapat siya kalawak. And kahaba is 9.5-10 meters long with 25-50 cm on each side of the side bands made of 10 cm squares black mesh. So, if you're going to look at the net, yung black, yung mga square dyan, yung mga box dyan, yan po ay tigta 10 cm. Okay? Yan po yung exact calculation or measurement of the net. How about the side bands? Kung makikita nyo po, yung net, di ba, may white sa kanyang taas at baba. Yun yung tinatawag nating side bands. So, 2 white bands, 5 cm wide, same width as the court lines. So, ganyan din po siya kakapal, 5 cm wide, and 1 meter long, fastened vertically to the net and placed over each sideline. How about the antenna? Yung makikita nyo pong white and red dyan, yan po yung tinatawag na antenna. A flexible rod, 1.80 meters long and 10 mm in diameter, made of fiberglass or similar material. So, what is the purpose of antenna? It gives player and referees a visual aids to judge if a ball is a play or out of bounds as it flies over the net. So, yun po yung purpose ni antenna. Next, how about the post? So, yung makikita nyo yung yellow dyan, ito, yung kanyang pinagkakapitan ng net. Place at the distance of 0.50 to 1 meter outside the sideline. So, yun po yung layo niya, ha? Doon sa ating sideline. Ito pong nasa gilid na puti na line. Okay? They are 2.55 meter high and preferably adjustable. So, kaya po siya adjustable kasi nga po, di ba, based sa height ng mga maglalaro, kaya siya ay pwedeng babaan or pwedeng taasan. Next, facilities and equipments. How about the playing area? It includes the playing court, the free zone, which is minimum of 3 meters wide on all sides. It shall be rectangular and symmetrical. So, makikita nyo sa picture, yan yung mismong playing area natin sa volleyball. So, yan po, may kanya-kanya po siyang height, may kanya-kanya siyang width, at meron siyang measurement. Next, how about the dimension? The playing court is rectangular measurement by 18 by 9 meters, so as stated kanina, surrounded by a free zone which is a minimum of 3 meter wide on all sides. So, the reason why kapag makakakita po kayo ng real na lugar kung saan talaga naglalaro ng volleyball, meron pa pong another line na nasa gilid niya, di ba po? Yun po yung tinatawag natin na free zone, kung saan doon pwedeng makatakbo or mahabol ang mga bola kapag nandoon na sa rally time. So, kaya tinawag siyang free zone. Next, how about the playing surface? Must be flat, horizontal, and uniform. So, kaya nga po, diba, kailangan ang nilalaruan or yung surface na nilalaruan or surrounding noong volleyball must be flat kasi para maiwasan yung pagkagasgas, pagkasugat, matapilok, okay? And also, it must not present any danger or injury to the player. So, for FIVP, only wooden and synthetic surface is allowed. Next, let's talk about the basic principle rules of the game. Okay? Knowing and understanding the basic tenets of volleyball can be helpful for volleyball newbies and veterans alike. So, the reason why bakit kailangan natin malaman yung basic knowledge about volleyball, because kapag ikaw naglalaro at alam mo yung basic, diba? Ito yung time kung saan magkakaroon ka ng chance para maiwasan mo yung pagkaroon ng points ng kalaban. So, when we are talking about this, so kailangan natin, yung basic rules is don't let the ball hit the floor on your side of the net. The primary objective in volleyball is to make the ball hit the floor on the opponent's side of the court. while simultaneously preventing it from dropping on your side. So, yun po lagi ang first basic rule ng volleyball. Kailangan po ang bola ay hindi pumatak sa court ninyo. Dahil iyon ay magiging points ng kalaban. Okay? So, just like defense and offense. Next is 3 contacts hit per side, meaning 3 beses mo lang dapat na iba't ibang tao ang makahawak ng bola para maibalik sa another court. Each team is allowed a maximum of 3 contact before it must send the ball back over the net. So, the reason why kapag makakakita kayo na naglalaro, merong nagre-receive, ibibigay sa ating setter, at papalo yung nasa attack line. Kaya 3 set. Next, player must rotate clockwise. So, kapag sinabing clockwise from right, iikot sila, nagro-rotate sila. Kasi in volleyball, 6 players rotate clockwise through 6 different positions on their side of the net. There are 3 front row position, left front, middle front, and right front. And 3 back row position, the left back, middle back, right back. Teams rotate with each new server. So, kaya po sila nagro-rotate para iba-iba po, lahat po ay makaserve. Okay? Next, no player can hit the ball twice in succession. So, in case na-receive mo yung bola, dapat maipasa mo po sa kabila mong kaibigan or ka-player para po hindi kayo mag-double or mag-twice ng hawak sa bola. So, no twice contact. A player may not cause the ball to come to a rest during contact, and that's correct. And the net is off limits. So, ibig sabihin, if ever na ikaw ay napadikit sa bola, accidentally mong napadikit ang sarili mo sa net. Pagdikit sa net, that is the points of the opponent. Points po yun ng kalaban. Or, in ever naman, nag-block ka, pumalo ka, at yung paa mo ay bumagsak doon sa line ng kalaban, sa another line ng kalaban, points din po yun ng kalaban. Kasi po yun ay, the net is off limits. Okay? Next, the gameplay. During the play, ano yung mga pwede po natin at hindi pwedeng gawin? Maximum of 3 hits per side. Player may not hit the ball twice in succession. A ball may be played off the net during a volley on a serve. A ball touching a boundary line is good. So, in case ikaw ay pumalo, ikaw ay nag-serve, at tumama sa sideline, yung mismong line, yun ay good. Okay? Inside yon. A legal hit is contact with the ball by a player body above and including the waist which does not allow the ball to visibly come to a rest. So, ibig sabihin po, hindi lang po pwede natin gamitin na yung kamay natin para maibalik yung bola. In case na tumama sa ulo mo, sa iyong paa, pwede mong gamitin ng paa mo o kaya tumama sa waist mo, acceptable yon. Basta, wag mong hahawakan ang bola. Okay? If 2 or more players contact the ball simultaneously, it is considered one play and the player involved may not participate in the next play. So, meaning to say, halimbawa, yung bola parating. Tapos, 3 kayong nag-agawan, pero nakuha nyo yung bola, na-save nyo, at dapat hindi uli kayo ang kukuha ng bolang yon. Yung mga natirang 3 player dapat. Okay? Yun yung meaning nun. And, a player must not block or attack a serve. So, in case po na nag-serve po ang inyong kalaban, hindi nyo pwedeng i-block yon, yung tatalunan nyo, haharangin nyo ang net. No, mali po yon. So, ibig sabihin, kapag nag-serve si kalaban, kailangan po na i-receive nyo muna bago nyo ibalik. Okay? Switching position will be allowed only between frontline players. So, meaning po, kung halimbawa magpapalit kayo ng pwesto ng inyong kakampi, dapat ang pwede lang po na pinapayagang nagpapalit ay yung mga nasa unahang position, yung mga nasa attack line at nasa center line. Kung ikaw ay nasa back line, hindi po pwede yon. Okay? Next, the serve. Server must serve from behind the end line until after contact. Ball may be served underhand or overhand. Ball must be clearly visible to opponents before serve. Serve ball may gaze the net and drop to the other side of the point. first game serve is determined by a volley. Each subsequent game shall be served by the previous game loser. Serve must be returned by a bump only, no setting or attacking a serve. Okay? And later on, mas maunawaan nyo po yung mga ibig sabihin nito kapag pinakita ko sa inyo yung basic attack na nandito po sa ating sunod na topic. How about the substitution? In case halimbawa magsa-substitute tayo ng another player, there are a set number of substitution allotted per game. The specific amount differs according to the league or level of play. So meaning to say, kung halimbawa po pambata, pamatanda, or pang Olympics, or yun po, base po yun ang base ng substitution sa level of play. A player may substitute into the game only during dead ball situation. So ibig sabihin po, kapag in case na nagrarally pa between si opponent at ikaw, yung grupo mo, hindi pa pwede po mag-substitute. So, ibig sabihin, kapag po halimbawa natapos na yung laro at nagka-points na si kalaban or ikaw, pwede ka na mag-substitute. Or kaya po halimbawa, may magsaserve sa inyo at hindi pa naman nakakapag-service, so pwede kang tumawag ng substitution. To enter the game, a coach or player must request a substitution from the official. Ibig sabihin, kung magsasubstitute ka ng iyong player, kailangan po ay sa official kayo lalapit. Hindi yung basta tatawagin mo si player, palit tayo. No, mali po yun. Kailangan lalapit ka kay official, magsasabi ka ng substitution ref, and then, siya ka tatawagin ni ref at kailangan may referee's approval. Next, how about the scoring? Rally scoring will be used. There will be a point scored on every score of the ball. Offense will score on the defense miss out or bounce hit. Defense will score on an offensive miss out, bounce hit, or serve into the net. Game will be played to 25 points. Must win by 2 points. So, yan po yung sinasabi nating scoring. So, rally, ibig sabihin, palitan kayo ng bola. Okay? So, yun po tinatawag na rally. So, in case na parang magkaroon ka ng score, kailangan ma-miss out ng kalaban mo yung bola, hindi matanggap. Okay? While naman po sa inyo, kung halimbawa ay hindi nyo na-receive ang bola or nag-outside, yung pagbalik nyo ng bola, yun po yung score din ng kalaban. Okay? Next, how about the rotation? Team will rotate each time they win the serve. Okay? So, basta po kayo ay nagkaroon ng points, kayo ay magro-rotate. Okay? Players shall rotate in a clockwise manner. There shall be 4 to 6 players on each side. Okay? What are those basic skills na dapat matutunan natin? First one is the service. So, we have different kinds of service. The serve initiates play, while there are several different serving techniques. What are those? We have 4. First is the underhand serve. The second is a float serve, and the third one is the jump serve, and the third is top spin serve. So, let's have the differences between those 4. Ang una po nating serve is our underhand serve. So, makikita nyo po sa unang picture, si babae na naka-green. Ito po yung basic na ating ginagawang pang-serve. So, hawak mo yung bola, naka-ready position ka, and i-hit mo si ball sa baba para makapunta sa kabilang opponent. And that is the underhand. Kasi nga po, underhand, yung hand mo, ipupush mo pataas. Okay? Papunta directly sa ball para makapag-serve. How about the float serve? So, ito po yung picture na sunod, nakatabi ni babaeng naka-green, na naka-underhand serve. Yung gagawin mo, itataas mo lang kamay mo, i-release mo si bola pataas, and then i-hit mo. That is what we call float. Kasi, inihagis mo yung bola pataas. How about the jump serve? So, ito po yung mostly na alam nyo na po yung meaning nito, jump. So, ibig sabihin, ibabato mo si bola, tatalon ka, saka mo papaluin. And next is the last. Ito yung nakikita nyo sa mga larong UAAP, yung sa mga magagaling na maglaro. The top spin serve. Anong ginagawa? Ibinabato si bola sa taas na meron siyang measurement kung ano yung kaya niyang abutin. After niyang ibato, magra-run up, take off and jump, shoulder rotation, and then ball contact. So, lahat ito ay may combination ni float at ni jump serve. Yun yung top spin serve. So, next. How about the passing? Paano ba natin mapapas ang bola sa ating kalaban or sa ating kakampi? The pass is a method of receiving an opponent's attack, a serve, and or overhand attack. There are two popular forms of this skill, the forearm pass and the overhand pass. Okay? How about the forearm pass? We have the ready position, pre-contact, the contact, and the follow-through. So, yan po yun, yung basic na nakikita natin para ma-receive ang bola. How about the overhand pass? So, para ma-pass natin sa kalaban or sa ating kakampi, ito po yung tinatawag na toss. Okay? Yung ready position, yung contact sa bola, i-receive mo sa taas, and then, i-release mo hanggang sa follow-through, ma-receive na ng kalaban or ma-receive na ng kakampi. Yun yung pinagkaiba ni forearm pass at ni overhand pass. How about sa setting? So, when setting in the ball, the goal is to position the ball in the air so that a teammate is able to easily complete an overhand attack or hit. So, just like sa passing natin, meron din po tayo doon sa ating setting. If you're going to look at the first picture, si forearm, para makapag-set, ganito rin po ang position. Ang pinagkaiba nga lang po, itong bola, instead na move forward, ang gagawin mo ay move upward mo. Papupuntasin mo siya sa taas para ma-receive ng iyong kakampi or mapalo. While in overhand pass, so pwede mong itos yung bola pataas para ma-serve or ma-spike ng iyong kakampi. Yun po yung kanyang pinagkaiba. Okay? Next. How about the blocking? So, I'm sure marami na po nakakapanood kung paano sa mga palabas or sa UAAP kapag nanonood kayo ng mga favorite nyong varsities. So, kitang-kita nyo naman kung paano mag-block. It's either minsan once or twice or dalawa yung tao na nagbablock or minsan triple pa. A block is an attempt to halt a opponent's attack by jumping with the hands overhand to create a barrier at the net. The most common blocking violation is touching the net. Okay? So, once nag-try ka mag-block, pero natamaan mo or napadikit ka sa net, yun ay points ng kalaban. Next, how about the hitting? The attack usually takes place on a team's third and final contact, and because an attacker's goal is to down the ball on the other team's side of the court, players often jump when striking the ball to increase the difficulty of receiving the hit. So, the reason why, di ba itong hitting, yung mga nag-i-spike, okay? Yan po yung kapag na-receive, ibibigay kay setter, i-hit na. Yun yung sinasabing hitting. Kaya, final contact. Kasi, doon sa patatlo, yun na po, doon tayo pumapalo. Okay? How about the volleyball's lingo o terms? So, meaning, yung mga lengguwahe, yung mga language na ginagamit natin sa volleyball. We have the ace. Okay? Service ace. An ace in volleyball occurs when a player serves the ball and it goes over the net and lands on the floor untouched by the other team. So, kung manunood po kayo ng laro, di ba, may mga nagsuservice na hindi man lang po mahawak-hawakan at hindi masambot ng mga kalaban. And that is what we call the ace. Service ace. So, meaning, untouched by the other team. So, bibihira lang po ang may mga ganyang serve. Kasi, ibig sabihin, ang service na yan yung mabilis na hindi mo alam kung saan babagsak. Next, how about the side out? Yan po yung word. The side out in volleyball occurs when the team that served the ball fails to win a point on the play, resulting in the loss of serve to the opponent. Or in another term, it is yung outside. Kaya po, side out, outside. So, once hindi mo na-receive or nag-serve ka at sumala, lumampas sa sideline, that is what we call outside. Next, how about the roof? When a player jumps above the net to block and blocks the ball straight down. So, yun po yung tinatawag na roof. So, in case may pumalo si kalaban, binlock mo, at iyong na straight down yung bola, that is what we call roof. Okay? Next, how about the stop block? Stop block is when a player jumps above the height of the net, blocks the ball, and the ball goes back at the person who attacked the ball. Ito po yung pinagkaiba kay rope. Si rope, ang iyong gagawin dyan, binlock mo yung bola, and then, ibinalik mo pababa. Okay? Binaba mo si bola, pag block mo, ibinaba mo siya papunta doon sa straight down doon sa ating court. While si stop block, kapag binlock mo siya, ang mangyayari, babalik siya sa body noong kalaban. Okay? Next, how about the dig? When a player makes a save from a very difficult spike, ito yung mga buwis buhay na, yung as in talagang habol ang bola kahit sobrang baba na. Okay? And we also have another term for that, yung pancake. Yung nakikita nyo yung mga players na dumadapa, na naka-forward yung kanilang kamay, na naka-open palm, and then dun tatama ang bola. That is what we call pancake. Next, how about the kill? A kill is when a team spikes the ball and it successfully foot away. Yun yung tinatawag na kill. Yung pagpalo mo, diretso, lampas, wala naka-receive. That is what we call kill. Successfully foot away. Next, how about paintbrush? Paano ba tayo nagpi-paint? Diba? Yung meron pa tayong pa-curve. So, that is what we call paintbrush. When the hitter swings and barely brushes, okay? The bottom of the ball often drop over the blockers for a kill. So, meaning to say, kapag mag-spike ka, tapos ang nangyari, binigyan mo ng epektos na para ka nagpe-paint, yung pag ikaw ay gumuguhit, nilagyan mo yan, binrush mo yung ilalim or bottom of the ball, at kapag yun ay successfully na bumagsak sa kalaban, at hindi nila na-receive, that is what we call paintbrush. Next, how about the six-pack? Ito po yung pinakamasakit-sakit sa lahat. Kasi yung six-pack occurs when a defensive player gets hit in the face or head or face by a spike ball. Imagine mo, also called the facial. So, yun po yung six-packs. So, feeling ko naman, sana po walang nakakaranas na ito na kapag nag-spike, tinatamaan sa muka o sa ulo. Yan po yung tinatawag na six-packs. Kasi, nagkakaroon ng dizziness, nakakaliyo po yan kapag tinamaan ka ng bola. Okay? Kaya siya tinawag na facial or six-packs. Next, how about the tool? Deliberately hitting the ball off the block for a kill. This is also called using the block or a wife. And that ends our lesson. I hope you learned something. So, God bless you all.